And on that note, what is freaking out? My name is Eve.
My name is Sarah.
And we are Perfectionist.
Tis we are.
It is currently the end of October.
Yes.
Can you
It
hear
is the last week. Oh my goodness. Can you hear her? Can you hear her breaking out of the ice?
Actually, do you hear Michael Bublé busting out of the cave?
I think my favorite TikTok that I've seen for the Christmas thing is all the ones that have like Alfonso in them. Just like busting out in a Christmas sweater, like when he was Carlton on Fresh Prince.
My favorite is the really aggressive British man in the Oodie is like 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't want please. I don't know why I went Scottish.
I don't know. I was like, when I first saw it, I thought it was Flip Capaldi with a haircut because I feel like that's so him. Like, I think the guy's even wearing Crocs, like Crocs and an Oodie. Like, could you not see him? Like, this man just hosted fucking concerts at Aldi and called it Lewis Capaldi.
I hear that, and I think he's like singing Feliz Navidad. 5, 6, 7, Feliz Navidad.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. He's just like giving her though, like just the happiest person in the whole world.
Or there's this one of this guy that's like doing ballet, and I did like a TikTok last year for it, and I was like,
oh, I know which guy you're talking about. That is a mental mood universally used, dude, on so many things. I see that a lot.
Oh, it's just so much fun. It's cozy. So you know what that means? Holiday parties.
Yeah. For some weird reason, after the exhausting season such as summer, we move into fall and we get this little break. Every once in a while, everybody wants to do like the little like pumpkin patch thing, the cute little the cozy starts. And then we get into the season, which is November, December, and January, where everybody decides that they need to invade everybody's home or do some sort of activity outside of the home, such as Christmas parties or get-togethers and more. Friendsgivings, all of the Thanksgiving. So we're Canadian, so we've already had Thanksgiving, but we see all of the Thanksgiving things already happening. Then there's all of like the sales where people plan to go like Christmas shopping and doing all the stuff unless you're doing it online.
I really could never.
I'm just like, to all the Canadians out there, let's just hope the strike ends soon. Because yet again, Christmas may be late and people may be getting pictures.
I thought they made a temporary thing.
It's like an on and off rotating strike thing. I literally have gotten mail twice. I'm still waiting for my ID and my health card.
In a month.
It's only been 2 weeks. I went like on the 15th.
Oh, okay.
But I'm just like, I would really like that instead of, carrying my passport around as identification.
I need to get a new passport.
I love how your eyes just lit up. Oh, crap, I need to get a passport.
But then I have to go in because it's been more than 6 months since
Do you have a child passport still?
Yeah.
Oh, no, you have to go in no matter what because you're an adult.
Oh, I know, but it's rude. Which I know, granted, it's like people are like, you got your last passport when you were 18. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. It's not that hard now because we have offices where we live.
I know, but it's just...
Oh, and you have an appointment too. So you do.
I don't even want to say. I know I need to do it, and it's a good thing for me to do, so that hopefully one day we will get opportunities. As I'm sitting here going, but it's one of those things that like, you can take my blood. I can go get blood tests 1,000,000 times a day, don't care. Sitting in government offices for passports just sounds...
I always feel like I'm in jail. I'm like always sweating, triple checking every single thing that I have, making sure everything is correct. I mean, the last time I got a passport was the first time that my child had received a passport as well. Mm-hmm. So I was like making sure I had all the stuff ready, and I had to go. I was in the Lower Mainland then, so I ended up going from Coquitlam to Surrey, mm-hmm. which is like a beast all of its own with that traffic. And then we turn around. And the lady looks at me and goes, oh, you need to have the long form version of your kid's birth certificate. I'm like, where? It said birth certificate on the form. She's like, oh, long form because it has to list like your name. And then like.
Oh, that makes sense.
It does make sense. But I was also like, what? Because they make you fill out this whole portal and you have a choice of what birth certificates you get. So can you imagine if you have all the stuff? The lady goes, I'll hold it while you guys like go back. So we like had to go over the bridge. We come back. We did the whole thing. We're standing in line. And I was like, is it this one? She's like, yes, meanwhile, we like just exploded the whole thing. And we're like, fuck, where is this? Looking for it. And then we had to take like the adorable like photo. And she's like, okay, here you go. I'm like, okay, cool. And they're like, you'll get that in so many weeks or whatever. And I'm like, oh my God. Why? I would much rather pick it up from the office than wait for it in the mail.
Yeah. Why is that not an option?
I don't know if it is, to be totally honest. The last time I got one. Oh, yeah. I found that so weird.
Because, like, I remember, like, during COVID, I couldn't pick up my transcript.
Oh, yeah.
I had to wait in the mail, and there was a strike. I didn't get my transcript until 6 months later.
Oh.
I had already been working for 6 months. I had to get them to send me a digital file. I was so annoyed. But, like, socializing, holidays, vacations, all we're not talking about like only parties, but it's even like this.
Well, like yesterday. Oh, what are you doing?
My bedroom started.
It distracted me. Oh, even like yesterday, we went to the pumpkin patch. We'll call it the pumpkin patch.
I just said the Muffin Man. So you the man. A pumpkin patch. We did go. Well, we went to a pumpkin. Yeah, it's a pumpkin patch. A family-owned pumpkin extravaganza.
Oh yeah, it's like this adorable thing. It has like it's like I call it a fake town setup. It's like one of those cute. It definitely has had like Hallmark films there and stuff like that.
If we're talking Hallmark terms, we would refer to it as the Autumn Pumpkin Festival.
Yes, exactly. So we went to that yesterday. We went early in the morning. We, me, Eve, and then me and my band of hooligans. That is part of my family. And you go, you have all the cute stuff, you see the animals, you eat the stuff, you get the delicious donuts, you get the delicious apple juice, you get all the things, right?
Yes.
And then we got home. Oh. We get home. And my husband legit gets up and goes to bed.
Okay, so mind you, we left, it's about an hour drive. Yeah, hour and a half-ish, give or take. We left at like 9:45.
Well,
like 10.
We got you, like, we ended up leaving my house at 10. Katie chose by 10:30.
Yeah.
Ish.
It was 10:11.
The traffic wasn't even that bad. And then going out there, and it was great. Like, there's fresh air, sunshine, cool breeze. I failed and totally forgot to bring my kid a hoodie to put on top of her stuff, so she got a cute little merchandise product.
Oh, yeah.
And then, yeah, we were only there for, like, a couple hours.
We were there, like, I remember we were, like, settling down eating, like, you know, when you have lunch, and then you have, like, after lunch where you get, like, Cheetos, because, like, we only go once a year. It's, like, an annual tradition. It's our third. We can say annual tradition now. It's been 3 years.
Yay.
And I was having a delicious piece of carrot cake, and I remember looking at the clock, and I was like, oh, it's only 12:54. That's so weird. It feels so much later.
Yeah.
And we left by, like, I was home by, hold on. I sent a message.
It's fact check. Fact check with some text receipts.
We were home by 2.
Okay, so we were home by 2, and by the time I got home, it was
2:30.
Traffic was so bad we hit every red light. It was like 2:30, 2:45. And I immediately went in and was like, okay, I gotta make sure my kid has her uniform pieces, all the other stuff. She is a child. She played her ass off because there's like all these different playgrounds and everything all over the place. And it's like all on the side of a hill, basically. So it's more of a workout than usual.
It's an uphill battle.
Yeah. So she was like hanging out on the couch, watching a little show, having a little snacky snack. And I was like, I'm just going to go downstairs. I'm just going to go into your room. I'm going to grab some like stuff that's in there and everything. And I might do a little like quick clean up. Like, are you good with that? I got to change your sheets and stuff. She's like, yep. I'm like, do you want to help? She's like, I'm going to be totally honest. I'm a little tired, Mom. And I was like, totally fine.
Granted, she's also 8. And sometimes, like, if she has a queen size bed.
Yeah.
I already struggle putting on a fitted sheet on a queen size bed. Yeah. And I am 24. So to anybody who's like, your kid should be able to. You should see. Her bed's also against 2 walls.
Yeah.
So, I just like to make that statement. I know some people are like, make your kid independent.
She is independent for a lot of things, but I was like, so do you want to help? She's like, I'm good, type of thing. You know, like when someone asks and you're like, I know I can do the thing. I was like, hey, whatever. Just let you know that's where I'll be. She's like, okay. So I go downstairs, throw some laundry on. Well, I pulled her sheets off, threw them in the laundry so that way I could swap them over. And I was like, I looked at the forecast and I was like, I'm going to put the flannel sheets on the bottom. So I put the flannel sheets on the bottom, put a little extra fuzzy blanket on, did a little cleanup around and stuff like that. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to set like for like an hour for me to do this. Because if I'm in here any longer, I'll just like keep going.
Mm-hmm.
And I could and just get it done in one day, but then I'd be fucking exhausted and had other shit I had to do too. So I also deep cleaned my dishwasher yesterday.
Oh,
Set a portable dishwasher. So I did that before I went downstairs. So timeline's a little off, but whatever. I turn around and I'm like, I come upstairs and I'm like, where's your dad? She goes, I don't know. He ain't up here. I was like, okay.
But granted, they live in like a 2-story townhouse, and there's like, it's not like you walk down the stairs and it's wide open.
No, I was like all over the place downstairs too. All the lights were on in the room. Like everything was like, I did have a mountain of clean laundry that I had dumped on the bed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, on the opposite side of that mountain was my husband. I was like, when did Dad go downstairs? She's like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know. I was like, totally fine. She goes, yeah, I'm like, so I had done laundry. I'd already swapped the laundry over. I'd like wiped down some other stuff, dusted some other things, gone through like her desk, gone through some drawers. Like, you know, when kids just like suck in recycling. And I'm like, what the fuck? She goes, I'm like, how? And I literally walked in. I'm like, hello? Are you okay? He's out under a blanket, fully dressed. And I was like, he's going to wake up so warm. Okay, whatever. And I go upstairs and I'm just like doing other stuff. And then I was like, I need a snack and to sit down. So I just like chilled out for a minute, figured out some stuff. But I was like, I get that. Like sometimes I come home from like even just like an outing like that, and I'll either be so energized and I have to catch myself like I did yesterday, or I'll go so hard that I'll just like fall asleep at 7:30 in like the fucking recliner. But like I still had to go to the grocery store because he was sleeping. I just ended up going later with my friend. But like even my kid, like we come from I've seen that trend going around that was online. It's like, did you come from a sleep household?
Yeah.
Yeah, we came from a let them sleep.
Well, okay, let's be honest though. It was sleep within a range. Like, it was like, it wouldn't be like, I'll wake up at 7 a.m. But like, if it was Saturday and you weren't up at like 10:30, our parents would walk in and be like, are you okay?
Oh yeah, before like 10:30, 11, but it wasn't like you need to be up at this time, you need to do all these things. Like it wasn't like every single thing was planned for us. Or if you randomly fell asleep like in the car on the way home, like you were carried in by someone and placed on the couch or in your room. Like it was like, clearly you need that. Clearly you're tired. Just let them be. Like there's nothing more important than like kids getting enough sleep.
Oh, to that. So yesterday, our mom looked at us. So if you've listened to our podcast before, I bought an espresso machine a while ago. And last night, mom goes, oh, you didn't? Actually, we're coming home from a dollar store. And she was like, you didn't make coffee all weekend. And she had woken up saying, I have a really bad headache and I feel nauseous. And I was like, so you want me to add a quad shot to that? And she like giggled. And I was like, oh, like just wake me up tomorrow and I'll like it. Like, and she was like, what? I was like, you wake me up? She goes, I am not waking you up on your 2 days off to have you make me coffee. Like she was like, I'm like, Mom, it's fine. Like, you wake me up. And she's like she was like, how dare you even ask? Like it was like. It was like baffling.
Yeah.
And so this morning I caught up at 7:30. Grandma was so
baffled to see you in the kitchen. I was like, oh, hello.
I was both up at 6:30, but I just didn't want to get upstairs. And I was like, oh, and I made her coffee and she was, well, I walked into the bathroom to put deodorant on because I have to put it on right when I wake up. She was like, you don't have to make me coffee. I'm like, I'm already up.
Yeah, I'm here.
But like she was mortified. She was like, you want me to wake you up? That's so rude. Unless it's like we have plans. But she was like, what? How? What? Why? But it's like such a concept of like, I didn't realize that some families would be like, you need to get up in the ass crack of dawn and do chores.
I know the only time I really wake my kid up is if she has something and I try to wake her up like an hour and a half before So that way, she's fully like awake. Other than like when she has those once in a while, like ass crack of dawn practices for hockey, like she's rolling out of bed 10, 15 minutes before, but she's very much like a roll awake and go. I personally just like to give her, for me, she is. If I'm like, yo, you got to get up right now and get your stuff on so you can get food in your body. She's like, okay, she'll jump up. Other people, she does not hear.
Oh no, she'll wake up for me.
I was like,
I just mean like she's not peppy. She wakes up and like her hair's a mess and she like usually one eye's open and she's like, yes.
How may I assist you? But I even find, personally, I found like being a parent too, fucking kids' birthday parties. Dude, depending on the level of the birthday party, like if it's somebody has it at their house, sometimes it's a little less chaotic. So it's like, okay, cool. But like if it's a bowling alley birthday, if it's like one of those places that you can take kids and it's like an arcade and just like a bunch of shit that they can do, I am so fucking overstimulated. I need to go home and I don't want to fucking talk to anybody else. I'm not doing anything else. I need 4 hours to a full day recovery sometimes from those things because you were just like looking everywhere. The tiny siblings of the other people are everywhere. Some people are panicked because you can't find that one kid because they decided to like, sit in the fucking slide at the top of the climbing structure. When it comes to stuff like that, or if I have to dress up like an adult, meaning like, I've talked about this before. If I have to wear something that's outside of inside clothes and I've got to wear structured pants, or I feel the need to wear structured pants, and I've decided to do stuff to my hair, I'll come back and be like, oh my God, I had the best time ever. I should do that like once or twice a week. I should do this. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Like, I mean, outside of the economy and the fucking cost of doing anything. And I'm like, oh my God, that was the best thing ever. And then it's like 1 hour later, I'm just going to lay here and watch a Remy video with a blanket and chill.
Yesterday, when we got home from the bed, I sat on the couch. I had multiple blankets on the couch. I was like, you know what I'm going to do? Because I'm trying to be better at using my Switch. Because I'm like, I spent money on this. I should use it more. And Charlie, your child, has graciously given me the opportunity to borrow some games. Because I'm
like, you pick games for Auntie.
I had Animal Crossing and I had Mario Kart.
Which Mario Kart's really only fun if you're playing other people.
Which, granted, the other thing is I really like roleplay games where like I have to achieve something.
Yes.
And I was like, love that these are the two games that I got.
One is literally just a never ending one. But when you like with Animal Crossing, it's like never ending. And then when you go to play it, we talked about this before. If you've never played Animal Crossing, it matches to your time zone. So like if you decide to play in the middle of the night, there's like fucking nothing to do and it's like black in the game. And you're like,
also, they never explain anything in it.
No, you're just wandering around picking up shit. Hope
selling it.
That fucking guy doesn't know. I have enough peaches. I don't need them. Or you gotta go drop shit off at the museum and they're like, we have enough of those fossils. I'm like, well, fuck. Do I just go drop it outside? Like, I feel like it's teaching me the litter.
They also they never pay you for the fossils.
No, they don't because you're donating them.
I don't care. I want money. I found them.
I'm like, why didn't I get a certificate for donating? And then that equals more bills.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But I like sat there on the Switch for a bit and her mom looks up and goes, we need to get water and we should probably go to the store. And I was like,
I don't wanna.
Like, I was very much like, I want to go lay down. Like, I don't mind. I feel like it depends on like how much interactions I have to have with people.
Oh yeah, like if I'm talking to like more than 2 people, this sounds so sad for some people who don't get this. If I'm talking to like so many different people or in a group with a bunch of people, we're all talking about shit in different subjects, I'm just like, oh my God, my brain went in so many different ways. Also, did I make any promises? Did I say something stupid? Was I too blunt? Was I sarcastic, but not obviously sarcastic enough for people who are like, that was kind of a bitchy move by her?
I think there's like also levels to socializing. So like there's like sitting outside in lawn chairs with your neighbors.
Yeah.
Fine. I don't get tired from that.
No.
I'm like, oh, okay, I can still go into the house and go to bed. Then there goes leaving my house to like go to the store. Again, sometimes if I go at the ass crack of dawn. I go so early that the only person beside me is Grandma Irene, who this is her Tuesday shop. And I am like, yes. And she usually looks at me and goes, honey, it's so early for you. And I'm like, I know. Or like popping into something. Okay. I'll be like somewhat tired. I usually just need a beverage. Then there's like leaving my house with like Sarah and her family.
Mhm.
Usually okay, as long as I have food. Then there's interacting with like my niece's children's and niece's friends and their parents. Because then I'm trying to coordinate who belongs to who.
Yes.
And I feel so bad if I've met them and I'm like, which one are you again? I'm so sorry. I got 90% of them down. But sometimes I'm like, is your name also the same as another person's name or have I lost it?
Especially the dads. A lot of them have repeat names.
Well, and then they'll come up to me and granted, some of them don't remember my name. Or they'll call me, oh, hello, other Sarah. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. That usually will take me out a bit more just because there's more interaction. The ones that get me is like full like holiday parties or like full on like the ones where like there's like a school event. It feels like, oh, okay, well I have to. And then you usually find your group and then you're okay. But then when your group doesn't show up and you're like, excuse me, I signed up to be here with you. Can you not?
Also, I find it so hard figuring out what to talk to some people about. Like if you have your kid goes to school with someone, but you want to talk about things, but it's also like you don't know what level of things to talk about.
I obviously working in healthcare feel like the perspective on things in healthcare, like if you talk to a fellow healthcare worker, does not matter at what level.
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking kitchen worker, housekeeper, all the way up to doctors. Does not matter.
Yeah.
You all know how you feel. And you all have the same vibe.
Yeah.
When I talk to somebody who's not in it, and I'm like, someone will ask me, oh, how was your day? And I'm like, oh, it was fine. And I say that to a healthcare worker. They understand.
Yeah.
When someone goes, oh, why? Don't you love your job? It's sunshine and rainbows. And I'm like,
no, bitch, it's not.
Also, if I ask you, oh, like, what is your job? And you try to look at me and go, I'm obviously a plumber. I don't know.
You don't smell like shit, buddy. How am I supposed to know?
I don't even, you're lucky I even remember what your name was. Yeah. I'm trying my best. When I got on, like, oh, what do you do for work? Oh, I don't work. Well, what do you do with the 24 hours a day that you have?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I do this. Oh, well, that sounds lovely. Oh, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I'm like, well, that's like a job.
Yeah.
You have to coordinate a lot.
Yeah.
How many kids do you have? Like, what do you like to do at home? And then it comes to the point where you're sitting there and you're like, what's your favorite season? Like, I'm like, I'm grasping at straws. And my biggest frustration is when you try so hard and they don't even ask the same question back.
Oh, the worst is sometimes when you're on the receiving end and someone's trying so hard and my brain's like, who?
Hello?
I've forgotten every single thing that I've done in the last bit. Or it's like, what do you do for fun? I'm like, I don't know things. And I'm like, fuck. No, come on. Like, you just did blank or you do whatever. And sometimes you have to like gauge how much information you're going to give someone. So they'll be like, oh yeah, like I'm my kid's team manager. So last night I sat and did some Cricut crafty things and did some stuff with vinyl. And they're like, oh, and if they're not like a crafty person, they're like, oh, cool. Or if they don't know what you're fucking talking about. And then you're like, oh yeah. And there's like awkward moment. Like I feel like there's so many like roller coaster sounds dramatic, but like just so many different levels of things. And you're kind of like, oh, okay. Or like that mom that you don't really end up talking to a lot and you just feel like, I feel awkward. Meanwhile, I'll strike it up with Judith in the fucking grocery store line who I don't even talk to. Like, I don't even like know. Yeah, I'll just have like a little conversation or I'll look at a stranger and be like, I absolutely love your sweater type of thing. That is amazing. And they're like, oh, like, thank you so much. But then I turn around and I'm like, oh my God, hi. My name is Sarah. I'm a mom. Like, it's like that awkward. Eve always makes fun of me for like my introductions. Because I'll be like, for the podcast, I'll be like, my name's Sarah, I'm a millennial, I'm a mom, and I'm married. She's like, and what else? I'm like, I don't know.
Oh my god, you have a personality. My, like, when in doubt, I feel like I'm the token person at any store that they're like, hi, you're tall. Do you mind reaching for that? Yes.
Fucking every time.
It is like, I enter a store, I can sense, I'm like, you're below 5'5". I see you looking at there. Granted, I don't even offer. Like, I just know. Ma'am? Yes. I see that you are not vertically challenged. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, I'm not like 6 feet tall. I'm literally 5'10".
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, pop it down. And I'm like, I'll have a wonderful day. I'll have conversations with people in Costco about like, oh, have you tried that? Is it good? No issue. You put me in a situation where I'm literally supposed to describe myself, which granted, this would probably be the funniest. You know the story though. I was put up for a scholarship for something that was literally called the Humble. It was called the Humble, like the whole basis of the scholarship was to be humble. I was informed after the meeting, because like you had to go through a process, that I was too humble to get the Humble scholarship.
Oh, that's like when you go through an interview and they're like, oh, you didn't brag enough or give us enough details. And I'm just like, I thought I gave you a lot of information.
No, literally, I got told, you're too humble. I'm sorry, what? I am not that humble, but thank you, but also rude.
Yeah.
Like that I'm not able to do it. But then you get to those, like, you hype yourself up so much for those, like, interviews, those parties, stuff like that. You're like, oh, like, I have to do this. You get the nervous poops. You're like, okay, who's going to be there? What time are we arriving? What is the level of, like, if it's a Christmas party and it's like, white elephant. I'm like, what's the level that we're doing at?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Like, okay, well, great. Go into it. And then you leave and you're like, one, I didn't learn anything. Two, I think I spoke the same 3 sentences to everybody. Oh, hi. My name's Eve. How are you?
Yeah.
Like, I have better conversations with people that I see once.
I want other conversation starters other than like, what do you do for a living? Or how's your day?
I tried that, like, be spontaneous with the questions. I'm like,
God, that sounds terrifying.
oh. Well, like, I met somebody's significant other, and I was like, what's your favorite chip flavor? Like, at that point, I just got, like, and he, like, paused and blinked, stared at me, and I was like, he goes, like, what? And I was like, what's your favorite chip flavor? And he's like, Doritos? And I was like, wonderful.
That is exactly, like, I try to move on, and I'm like, oh, I'm sick. Nice to meet you, especially during, like, holiday seasons. I'm like, what's your favorite color? And they look at you like, are you on cocaine? And I'm like, and they'll be like, green? Just like this, like, their whole face, like, inverts. And you're like, oh, cool, me too. And they're like, and then just stare at you. And I'm like, well, I feel like they could have just, like, stuck their finger up their nose in class and looked at everybody like, and I'm no longer doing that anymore.
What?
So suddenly you're like, I have to pee. Good day. I didn't have to tell them I had to pee. I just needed to run away from this situation.
That's so awkward. And then other people are like, oh, hi, I see you all the time. And I'm like, I want to get to the level. Oh, do you remember back then? I'm like, why is there these inside jokes and I don't understand any of them? Why am I included in this conversation?
Yeah. And they think I was there.
And I'm like, I don't want to be here anymore.
Oh, I love when I still haven't found, like, I think it's because I'm tall and a lot of people around me are shorter. But, like, when people start bringing up a whole subject that you're just, like, either not versed in or have zero desire to talk about. Like, there was one time I was sitting there. Everyone's, like, talking, gabbing away, and all of a sudden someone brings up, like, low-dose hallucinogens and how they're assisting with mental health. And I was like, I don't want to be in this conversation. Because it's, like, it's not my jam. It's not something that I personally know anything about.
It's so random to,
But it's, like, out of nowhere, like, someone brings it up, and I'm just like, oh, or I feel like I'm the kid at the adult party because some of the parents are older than me. Like, I'm using, like, I'm using these just because it's, like, a different perspective that maybe, like, other people don't have or whatever. But it's just, like, I feel like a child. And then people kind of laugh and be like, oh, you probably weren't alive then. And I'm like, I'm 39 years old. I'm a big girl. Welcome to every day of my life. Yeah.
I go to anything for your child. People are like, "Oh, you're a child," or they're like, "Well, you're not a parent," and I'm like, I would like to state that I at least know this child's shoe size.
Yeah.
Like, I know more about this child than most people know about their nieces and nephews.
Well, yeah, and that's the whole thing is like so you're doing all like the mental gymnastics, all the other stuff, and then you come home. What is your default state when you come home from something like that?
Hairs in a bun, loose as close possible. If I, oh, also I hate earrings. Need to go out instantly. Earrings are off. Most of the time I will get fully like switched into casual clothes and sit on the couch because sometimes makeup is just too much to take off right at that point. And then usually when I get up to go to the bathroom after a while, I like look in the mirror and go, oh, it just looks like when you're in like sweatpants and a sweatshirt and like your hair's up in a bun and you're like in full glam. And I'm like,
Depending on my level of awkward sweatiness, I will come home sometimes and just have a shower. Most of the time, I come home and I put on my inside clothes.
yes,
And then it goes the opposite way. I usually go straight to the bathroom because generally I have to do something.
yeah.
Because I've either been so nervous that I didn't want to like do anything because there was one bathroom and it would be the girl who took a dime.
I'll plug the toilet.
I'm like, no, but that sounds like a nightmare. I was there for 5.5 hours, but the whole time I just had to fart in the corner.
Or you're like, I must go outside.
You're like, oh my God, or I ate something and I'm pretty sure there was something in there I was not supposed to have. And then I will go straight into the bathroom, do my thing, and then I will take my makeup off because I feel like everything is tight. Everything is all up in it, and I just don't want to deal with it anymore. And I take it off to the best of my ability, shove a bunch of cream on my face so I don't dry up, put on my inside clothes, and I have short hair, and I'll find some way to put my hair so it is away from my face, even if it is bad as like a headband and I just look fucking horrible. Like the headband and the ponytail. I just need to get everything off. Like I have like bangs that go straight across my face, so I'll like press them up. And I'm like, no. And then I grab like a curled up blanket, a beverage, and some type of snack. It's usually salty. And then I'm just like sitting there like, and I am done.
Well, I mean, usually I feel like it also depends on like one time period. Like I am a steady, I go to bed at 10.
Yeah.
9:45, 10. I have learned that that's the best time for me. If I stay up later than that, I am just wrecked. But if I'm like, oh, I'll go to bed. These people that are like, oh, 7 p.m., let's start. Excuse me. I am already in my lazy day clothes. I am watching my regular scheduled program on my usual channels. Usually Tuesdays, Dancing with the Stars, High Potential. Thursdays, Law and Order SVU. Abbott. Like I have my state. I am ready. And they're like, "Oh, you want to leave your house? It's dark. It's cold. I'm cozy, and I have my cup of tea with my mom. I don't want to leave my house."
My favorite is when you're at, I call it stage one of the social event. And you're doing all this stuff, you guys are hanging out and everything, and then the people are like, oh, let's go. And they want to do the second location. I don't know why. The second location in my brain, if it was not pre-planned, sounds like when they tell you not to go to a second location with somebody that you don't know. Like in the murder documentaries.
Like the second location
And I'm
is a
like,
murder.
how much fun? Like, I'm having fun. I know that I'm having fun, but like, how much fun am I actually having? Because that sounds tiring. Like, I either have to, it sounds like it's further away. So I probably have to take like a taxi or get into a car with somebody. How much have these other people had to drink? Is this like a safe thing to do? How long are we required to be at the second location? And sometimes when it comes to like the fourth question in my head, I'm like, bitch, you're tired. Just go home. Because I was that friend who would just straight up be like, I'm going to go to the bathroom. And everyone's like, we're going to stay out all night. It's going to be so much fun. They'd be like, where the fuck did she go? And I'm like, I'd always message at least one person and be like, good day. And they'd be like, oh, she left. I'd go home, take my makeup off, have a shower, like after the club. And then I'd fucking get a little snacky snack and then I'd go to fucking bed. I was like, no, thank
Granted, it was like 3 a.m. Like this moment would go, but you would go out 3-4 times a week.
I know, but we didn't go to like clubs and stuff like that until like 11, which I don't even know how the fuck I fathomed that.
11 p.m.
Yeah.
Like, I would love, sign me up for a morning coffee and chat. Like, I will get up at the ass crack of dawn to put makeup on, to then look nice, to sit in a cafe and have, like, a biscuit and a cup of tea or, like, a coffee. So that sounds great. When people are like, oh, we're gonna go I don't know what is going on with Sarah's bodily function right now, but every time I speak,
drinking this like Alani New Witch's brew, and it's like it's not like it's not really room temperature because it's fucking cold, but like it's not like fridge cold, and I feel like my stomach is like, what is this?
every time I speak, she's
It's also 12:55. I probably should have had lunch.
I know I should have too. But it's just like if there's an activity involved with it, like if I'm doing something,
Yeah.
great. If it's like the whole point of it, like the event or something, is to literally stand around
And just talk.
and talk, and I'm like, man, when is it appropriate to get a snack? I'm hungry.
Oh.
And then when people are like, oh, like, do you want a fancy beverage? I'm like, no, can I have a Coke?
Yeah.
Like, can I have water?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh, are you doing sobriety? No,
No.
just don't drink.
My thing too is the level of noise that is happening at the event.
Which I find is so funny. It's like the longer you've spent time with me, the more you're becoming me. Because, like, this girl would go to high decibels clubs where, like, it was like, boom, boom, boom. And I was the one who, like, couldn't enter garage because the music was too loud. Like, I hated it with a passion.
Yeah.
I was like, why is it hot in here? Why is the music so loud? Why is that light? And I just like hated it. And she's like, it's fine. It's a vibe. And
There's
like,
times where I'm like, oh my God, this is so much fun. But if one thing that drives me nuts is if you're at like one of those louder events and the people want to have like heartfelt or just like personal conversations with you and it's like banging music, it's like, I don't want to do that.
I would rather go to a pottery class where we paint pottery together and talk about things. Like, or if we're going to have a conversation, I hate having dinner conversations. My goal is to eat. My goal is not to interact with you.
If I'm doing those, I'm getting like an appetizer. I'm getting like fries. I'm getting like something simple. I'm not sitting there gnawing on a giant fucking salad because I'd be like, someone would say something and I'd either choke or be like, look at a cow chewing cud, just like looking over.
That's why I always get like Caesar salad or I get like chicken Alfredo, like something that I could like cut up so the bakes are too big.
Like Caesar salad doesn't have a ton of obstacles. Like, when you get those like power bowl salads and all that other shit and you're just like, fuck, I gotta chew this like 15 times before.
Just looking like a horse. Oh, yeah. And I'm like, I don't want to. And then I'm like, oh, well, like, I've always been the person that like I will order whatever I want on the menu. I'm not the type of person to feel like, oh well, I'm not gonna order this because it's childish. I will order chicken strips and fries at any possible.
Did that at my friend's birthday party with Eve. We ordered it and we shared it.
Okay, so one, she looks at me and goes, "What are you thinking?" She's looking at a salad or a wrap. I'm sitting there with the kids menu going, I really want chicken strips and fries. And she goes, oh, onion rings walk by. She's like, oh, I really want onion rings. I'm like, well, why didn't you order onion rings?
Good.
I didn't even eat one.
I asked you if you wanted to. You're like, I got them for you.
No, I was like, oh, I'm gonna eat one. And then your husband was like, onion.
Oh, I know.
We were splitting a meal. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, everybody else is like, oh, I'm gonna go get this like delicate palate. Let me go get this. I'm sitting there going, I really want chicken tenders and fries. Come on, be honest.
I was like, that sounds sweet. I have vegetables today. I'm good.
I don't want to drop $50 on a steak.
Yeah, no.
I will happily order that. And then I'm like, oh, okay, great. I want to eat something that I can enjoy. And if someone asks me a question about my life, I'm not like, sorry, I just bitch slapped myself with a noodle.
So we talked about like the stages of how you get ready to be unready.
Yes.
From like the social situations. What is like an activity that you do? So you mentioned like play video games.
Oh, straight up debrief with our mom.
Oh, yeah.
Number one. Our mom is sitting there with a cup of tea. She's like, I boiled the kettle. Granted, I make it seem like my mother, our mother, and I are like she's in her early 60s.
Yeah.
She will go out and socialize. We have the same regime. We walk in, drop our stuff, go get changed, take the makeup off, come in, we sit down, and we both go. So, tell me the tea.
There's nothing better than when she comes through the door and goes, I have to pee. I'm going to put my clothes on. Oh, I've got shit to tell you. And you're like, fucking hurry up, bitch.
I'm like, do you need to get changed? Can you wait? Or no, what's even better is the text message prior to her even arriving. Either of us going, ooh, I gotta face this today.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
And it'll usually just be like, it's not like bad tea or anything like that. We'll do that, and then usually we'll put on a show. It depends on the season. Usually I just want something like mindless.
It's just it's a background noise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes like we're watching football or something like that. Like we'll chat. And then like I usually go into like cross stitching or like that one cross stitch that I'm doing right now.
It's huge.
It's huge. And I feel like I have made Editing Sarah, do you see what I have to go through?
I wonder if that even registers.
It does. I can see it.
I know, but I mean, after it gets like scrubbed.
Oh my god, it's just gonna seem like I'm just this deranged.
Like, what the fuck?
And then usually like get a snack. Usually get a bubbly beverage. By bubbly beverage, I mean a Coca-Cola, maybe a brisk iced tea, maybe a ginger ale if I'm feeling nauseous. And then usually I just like sit and just stare.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes I like will scroll on things. Sometimes I won't. Also depends what time I get back. Like yesterday, I like came in, put stuff away, took my outfit on, which was very comfortable. Just got changed into sweats and then came back. What about you?
Mine is generally the first thing I do is make sure that my kid has all the things that she needs. You know, sometimes when they're like gearing down after like a social event, you'll be like, you need a fucking snack.
Oh, she just finds me now. She's like, Auntie, you have that snack in your bag again?
Oh, I started carrying more snacks in my bag again. I do my whole thing and then I'll sit there and 99% of the time I'm putting on like a family movie, whether it's like a cheesy old one or whatever. So that way, because I like to keep whatever is kind of like neutral on the TV, especially when my kids up. But if they fuck off and like go to my friend's house to go hang out with them, I'm watching like like fucking Mean Girls. I'm watching Practical Magic. I'm watching something like that or a YouTube video.
Oh,
And sometimes I might have a little like nappy nap, but if I feel like I'm about to fall asleep, I set a timer for like 15 to 20 minutes. Because if not, then you have those like naps where you wake up and you're like, what fucking universe is it? Oh my god, I can feel my brain. Like,
I will say the most exciting. That was weird.
fucking me for burpees in there.
No, it wasn't even a burp, but it like shot in my ears. It was very weird. Very exciting thing that I found out today is that Zoella is doing a vlog every single day until Halloween.
Oh my god, I know. I opened up my freaking YouTube and I was like, what the fuck, another one? Oh my god, I feel so behind.
I know. There was two.
Hers are the best ones to put in the background. Like if I'm cleaning or even if I'm just laying there scrolling on my phone, her shit is the stuff I put in the background. Or like Mark's and Carrie Dayton's like vlogs. Just because it's like being on FaceTime with somebody. Because they're talking to the camera and they're kind of going through stuff. And like I'll look up and like still pay attention to stuff, but I might be like flicking away on my phone or like reading something.
To my future husband, I want to do that Christmas in October where you get dressed up, you put up a thing with your kids, and it's like you watch a fun Christmas movie. When like, have you seen it? Mark and Zoella do it every year. Oh no, they do it every year.
Do it outside?
No,
Patio?
No. So it's usually like August, September, October. One year, one of them was like having a bad week, and they were like, "Man, I just wish it was Christmas time because I feel like Christmas time I'm the happiest."
Oh,
and Zoella pulled out one of her Christmas trees, set up a whole thing, did like put fairy lights everywhere, got matching pajamas for everybody, and they sit and they do they watch a Christmas movie, and it's not all air.
That's super fucking cute.
And like they get like snacky bits, and I was like, oh, seems so lovely. Which, like, granted, I haven't been that bad about Halloween. I'm just,
it's not your jam. That's totally fine.
Well, I try to watch, like,
when you were a kid, you were all about like finding a cool costume.
Yeah, I like the cool costumes. To me, like horror movies where it's like figure out what the issue is. Like I've grown up watching Bones and Criminal Minds. have potential. It is not hard for me. That was the dog.
Oh, okay.
It is not hard for me to figure it out.
Yeah.
So when I'm sitting there and it's like, oh my goodness, I don't want to die, scream.
Oh, that just makes me laugh. Like some of them, it's like the first time you watch it, and then after that, you like know most of the stuff is like pretty solid. You know how it goes, but it's just so funny. It's like the anticipation. You're like, ah, type of thing. I like that.
Versus watching like a musical.
I'm gonna be totally honest though. I'm gonna put this out there. Hallmark movies and standard slasher flicks are the same fucking thing.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
But I think the reason why is it's predictable.
Yeah.
Which, like, I can put on a Hallmark movie and it's predictable and it's like homey.
Yeah.
Slasher movies, you can't really leave them on and like put them on and like randomly leave them on because there's extreme stuff. Hallmark is like a city girl who works 2 jobs and a farm man whose farm's about to close, and you're like,
do that. It's always like Reba. It's like what my break.
I love Reba.
Reba's the best.
Reba McEntire, bless your soul. You're a queen.
My friend, Selena, her like go-to is like when she needs to chill out is she'll have like Reba or Weeds or Big Bang Theory or something, or even when she's like cleaning in her kitchen.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't watch, she goes, I could never watch vlogs. I'm like, bitch, you've watched series.
But
and you rotate them
different.
through. And she goes, yeah, that's my background noise. But she would like bug me. She's like, I find it so weird that you watch this. And I'm like, but I've watched these people for years.
The other thing, though, that like you've known them for years, and the point that they have entered your lives, you know about them. So like when you watch vlogs, it's not like what, but like slasher films. So like Hallmark movies, you know the 2 characters.
Yeah.
If you walk in and out of the room putting on laundry, switching out things, you know when you come back, you're gonna kind of know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Horror movies, sometimes it's like this in-depth, flipping perspectives, and like you have to be into it in order to like watch it. Musicals, you're like, oh, I kind of know what's going on. If you know the songs, like you can like sing along with it. Like you kind of know what area we're in. Horror movies is like you gotta commit your day to figuring out what's going on, and you're like, okay, so this person is now dead. Okay, this person is now too. Okay, well it must be this person. Like it's not like I could watch the earlier American Horror Stories and be like, oh, okay, like different supernaturals. Supernatural, same. You like figure it out, but it was like a 30-minute. Horror movies, I'm like, oh damn, can you just hurry up?
Can you just move on?
Oh, and there's always like,
some of them are brutal, and some of them I'm just like laughing my ass off. I'm just like, this is so cheesy. I'm always like, bitch, why are you running up those fucking stairs? No. Dude, where are you going up the ladder? Why is up the ladder an option? You're going to like a platform where this person is literally right behind you. Also, how is Michael walking so fast?
no,
The man is like shuffling his fucking feet, and they're like running, and somehow he's right fucking there.
I have a follow-up question. Why does it take people so long to break a window?
Oh, I know.
Or a door?
Yeah, when they get thrown, they go right through that window.
Oh, magically, they can go through the 2nd-story window and not get injured. But you attempt to crawl through... Like, there's so many places. Like, this person doesn't... Like, Michael does not know your house layout.
Oh, awesome. Eve's favorite is when they get stabbed somewhere. And she's like, they'd be dead in like 2 minutes. How the fuck is this? And she's like, dear God, hurry up and die. I'm over you. Oh, because they're just laying there.
No, you know what irks me? Is when they cut off a limb. And they're like screaming into the limb, like, ah! And it's like bleeding everywhere. And I'm like, you're already be unconscious.
Oh no, your favorite was they did that and then they wrapped it up and the guy just kept going and you were like fuck that happened.
There was no tourniquet.
This is not war.
War has been.
Also, how was that still white 5 minutes later? How was that covered in blood?
That's the other thing, is I love when like they get stabbed and it's like the like blood like pops out, but like it doesn't stain any of the shirt.
Oh no, or it's just smeared on them and you're like, okay.
This is why I can't even go to like when people are like, oh, let's have movie nights, and I'm like, don't make me watch something that's literally like, oh my god, we're gonna watch a horror movie. Oh, I was so scared that I kind of left you. No, let me watch an adorable dance number.
Yeah.
Or like, let's go watch this. Like, I get more like stress and anticipation knowing who's going home every week on like The Voice or Dancing with the Stars. Horror movies, I'm like, hurry up.
Mm-hmm.
And then when people are like, oh, do you want to go to like Playland? Or like, do you want to go to a scare fest or scare ride? No, thank you. I am the worst person to go to those. You know what? My immediate reaction is punch.
So I like scary things. I do not like, I'm not a haunted house person because I do the same thing. Like people jump out, I will punch.
I also don't like it how like I have to follow a path. I like to go on my own adventures.
Yeah.
And like how come Michael gets to go on his own adventures and I have to follow a path where I know, hi Jessica, behind the window. Shocking.
Oh, I know. There's just some things, or you have that person who is just like literally does not want to be there and their friends like dragging them through. And I get more mad and get less distracted by what's going on. And I want to like help the person and be like, your friends are shitty. If you don't want to be in here, or the over dramatic girl who's like, oh my God, I'm so scared. And she's like so loud. I'm like, are you actually scared? Like, what's going on with you?
Also, the people that like the characters that follow you to the bathroom, I would like to pee in peace.
Yeah. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm that person that I've gone to the peony like Fright Night thing. And we had some, well, actually, the worst is like when you react and then they start like chasing you. Like they chased my friend and she's tiny and she was fucking terrified. And I was like, back the fuck off. And they're like, right out there. I'm like right back. I'm like, go away. Like, get the fucking clue, actor. Move the fuck out of the way.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But I just find like those events too, like I don't know, like I haven't been on like a big vacation since like we went to Disneyland, but it was a road trip.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I packed all my stuff, got it on a plane, and flew there, and my whole trip was Disneyland.
Yeah.
Like, no, I spent 34 hours in a vehicle driving down, having other adventures. So, like, I would go to bed and wake up, and it was normal for 2 weeks. I feel like if I was to let go and like go over, I'd be like, oh, my immersed environment is this. And then I would go home and be like, I'm so tired. I need a nap.
When you do something like that, like I've done like those like work convention things and stuff like that, the best part is I was sharing a room with one of my best friends. So we'd look at each other after lunch and be like, so it says we can do this one online, or oh my God, we still have 35 minutes left. You want to go lay in our beds and doom scroll in quiet? Yes, I do. Do you want? Or she would like call her kids, or like we would just go sit in the room away from everybody. Meanwhile, everybody else is just like living it up, taking pictures, sightseeing, do all this other shit. Jenna are like, fuck this. We're gonna go grab some snacky snacks and go sit in our room for a bit.
Like most of my high school, I played a lot of sports, so I traveled around the province, and like we would play a game, and you would be sweaty, and you would literally go back to your hotel room, have showers, go to bed, wake up, do it again. So it wasn't like this is like my everything. Oh well, I have to like go out and do this. No, we would like go out for like a team dinner, but it was never like it was like you're there to play sport.
Yeah.
So it was never like, oh, we're gonna go do this, like. And I was never like, oh, I'm going to go to bed and then, like, I have to go to bed. Yeah, I have things to do. And then the next day, I would get up and, like, do it over again. But I just feel like the social events now are, like, so much commitment. And I'm like, count me off. But once I have to pay for the whole time, I'm like, okay, I paid to be here. And then I'm like, is it worth that I'm here?
Then when you look at it and you're like, okay, what am I getting for my money? And is it going to completely make sense in my calculation in my brain? Is it worth it for me to do all these things to go do that other thing?
Like, concerts are different for me because, like, when I'm going to a concert, when they have fabulous popcorn, I love popcorn. And they usually have french fries and curly fries, which, like, all that food, homeland. Yes, it's more expensive, but I don't care. I get to have snacks. Yeah. I don't have to socialize that much. I'm already half deaf.
Yeah.
I only need to wear one earplug. I get to watch. It's great. It's a screaming experience. I might lose my voice. I go home. I go to bed. I wake up the next morning. I'm not like, I'm like, oh, what a wonderful experience. I don't understand what people are like. I go home, I leave, and then like, we're gonna go out to the club. I'm like, I'm sorry, that was my event. I went to said event. Event has completed. I go to bed now.
I leave now. Now I go to bed.
Oh, or like when people are like, oh, let's do morning events. Okay. Can we make a general rule of thumb? Can you not make events between the hours of 11 and 1? If you are, food must be provided.
Oh, that's my rule when it comes to like birthday parties. If you're inviting me to a birthday party and it's between 11:30 and like 2 p.m., there better be something there for my kid, because sometimes it's like I'm going from one event to another. I mean, I'll pack extra things for my kid just in case, but there's nothing more unruly than a group of children
Ugh.
who are hyped up on goofballs and fucking sugar. And then all of a sudden they start all crashing at separate times. And you're like, for the love of God, please help me.
Or like, I know that I see a lot of people doing like brunches or like dinner parties and stuff like that. Like that girl that's like, the key to the city. Like she has like her bonnet on and
Oh, the chick who rates all the, she rates all the, what the fuck are those things? Potlucks. Yeah.
I'm not the hugest fan of a potluck. That's just me. I think like we should go back to like classic dinner parties where it's like, oh, if you want to bring like a bottle of wine, if you want to bring like bread, but like the person who is organizing the dinner party is the one who is creating the main parts of the meal.
Oh, I agree. And like, if you think it's gonna be like a lot more of a cost or something, maybe everybody just like brings like, I don't know, present or chips and money or whatever towards the thing.
But if everybody does one, oh well, I'm gonna do Italian night and I'm gonna make like pasta, or like I'm gonna do like a roast dinner or something like that. Like, yes, it's expensive, but like if you do that, like it's not, it was like every Saturday, one of their friends would host something, and then it was your night. You do something, and like there's expectations. So like if I'm going to like that type of dinner party where it's like a usual thing that I'm going to, yeah, I'm probably not going to be as tired before. I'm probably going to like, oh, it was so lovely I didn't have to make dinner.
I was about to say, I'd be so excited to go because I didn't have to make dinner.
Exactly. So like I'm going, I'm having fun, and I get to try like different foods.
Yeah.
Like I know, like if there's some people that are like, oh, well, like if you go to the person that like orders pizza,
So,
if that. I will say, if it, like there needs to be a conversation of like what the expectation is.
yeah.
If it's like a generic, um, like dinner party where it's like, oh, we're gonna have like pizza and watch a game, or like have wings and watch a game, that's different. If it's like, oh, we're gonna sit down and have a dinner party, oh, it's so and so's birthday, we're gonna have a dinner party for it, or home welcoming, yeah, it's gonna be a little bit like nicer.
Yeah.
If it's like, oh, well, like if you have 4 groups and it's like, oh, well, it's my week again, I'll just buy pizza. Well, maybe like Chinese food instead.
Yeah. Just bring it up a little.
Switch it up a little bit. Or like, I'm not saying that you need to decorate your whole home for an event, but like if you're going to have a Super Bowl party, maybe have more than 5 wings.
Oh, this is so like, we used to do stuff like this with like friends of the family and everything, and people try different recipes. And we'd go, and then like your mom would like leave with a copy of the recipe, and you would play like charades and like other things while you were there.
Yeah.
So it was just like you understood what you were doing, but also like they understood what allergies were. And sometimes there was like backup food for kids, because like our brother has autism. So sometimes he was like, I would never fucking touch that with a 10-foot pole.
Not anymore.
Or he would be like, that jiggles. That's a hot pass for me.
My other thing is that like if you're in like a good like group of friends, like you do the brunches and stuff like that, there is no excuse for not acknowledging allergies.
Oh, yeah, no. I always try to think of something like when you're, or like, it's not even just allergies. Like, some people's families don't eat meat. It's really easy to have options for people who don't eat meat.
Well, like, so for holidays with Sarah and like our other sibling, gluten and dairy, do I sacrifice having well-rounded potatoes? No.
No.
I slap a little on the side and then go, do you want oat milk potatoes, or are you okay with just like, because there's not a ton that you can really add to them other than, and she has her own pot.
And please, for the love of God, if I'm asking you if there's dairy in something, please don't look annoyed. Or my favorite thing is, oh, I think you can have it. If you say think, I'm not going to eat it because I don't know.
My most terrified thing now, salsas.
I know, what the fuck? Why are they putting so much fruit in salsa? Oh, the craziest thing happened to me last night. They had seasoning on sale. and there's that herbs of Providence
Mhm.
seasoning. And I've had that before. I've looked at the ingredients before, and I was so excited there was one that was on sale. So I grabbed it, put it in my cart. And my friend had never heard of it before. She grabs it, and she's like, oh, what's in it? I'm like, I don't know. You can put it on tons of stuff. She's like, you are putting this back. I was like, what? They put lavender in it. Yeah. She's like, I don't know why the fuck it's in there. I'm like, it's literally never been in any of the ones that I've ever seen before.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? And I was like, well, thank you so much. She's like, now we're reading all the other ones that you grabbed to their blends because sometimes they put orange peel in.
It is such a pain. Oh, mango butter.
Yeah,
Why are we adding? Oh, so rude.
I know.
And so I sit there and I know there's an app where I can scan things. And so you're like, oh. Like, summertime for me, I'm like, I'm not touching any dessert that mildly looks orange.
No, there's no point actually for either one of us to do that.
No.
Yeah. There's just so many different things that you have to factor in when going to social events and then recovering for social events and everything like that. So let us know your favorite way to recover and what your recovery routine is. If you kind of know what we feel like, if you figured out how to like regulate that time, I'm slowly learning.
I'm not. I'm still on the struggle bus, hoping to go home and cross stitch.
Oh, which is totally fine. There's some days where I'm totally fine to acknowledge it, and other times where I'm definitely not. So stay as warped and twisted as ever. Peace.
We'll be back next Monday with more in store. Catch you then, we're always here for more.